Your relationships matter. What are you doing to build more relationships with the people that are in your ecosystem, the people that you have done business with, the people that know, like, and trust you? Welcome back to All or Nothing in Real Estate. As always, I've got my co-host with me, Colin. Colin, say hi to everybody.
Hey guys, I'm excited for what we're going on today.
Guys, Matt Smith here. I'm the founder of All or Nothing Real Estate. I run the #1 real estate team in the state of Missouri, the #8 team in the nation, according to Real Trends. And we've got some good stuff for you today. Today's gonna be a little different. Literally, I was having a thought. I ran into our podcast studio, said, Colin, we got to record an episode. I have a thought I want to share with people because my mission is to change as many lives as I can. And I think this is going to be a good one today. So it's going to be short, sweet, to the point, and we hope you guys find some value. So my thought was leads are down 50%. This market is changing. And one of the things that's going to change is it's going to be harder to get leads. A lot of my coaching clients are already experiencing this. We're experiencing this in our business. There's some people that I talk to that are in my network. Their leads are down 50%. It seemed overnight. Same amount of spend, same amount of marketing, nothing changed except for the leads or the opportunities were down 50% overnight. So what do you do in a real estate business when your leads go down 50%?
Something drastic, because you can't keep doing what you've been doing because that isn't working.
100%. So there's one word answer solves it all. That word is relationships. Your relationships matter. What are you doing to build more relationships with the people that are in your ecosystem, the people that you have done business with, the people that know, like, and trust you? It's we as real estate operators, I fall into this trap all the time. I focus on how do I get the next big thing. I want the next lead, the next opportunity. And we don't focus enough about the people we have in front of us or the relationships we've built over the past. And so today we're going to break down some ways that you can make those relationships, maximize them, and actually increase your business when your leads go down.
Yeah, no, and especially if your leads are going down, you're down 50%. It's going to be very easy to neglect the clients you have now, the leads that you have at the moment, because you're focusing on how am I going to get new ones. It's like, no, you're actually kind of turning that on its head and saying, no, actually double down on the people you already have.
Exactly. How many people have the shotgun approach where here's a metric. Team leaders, agents, you need to track this. If you don't track this, I can't help you. You need to track your average contact attempt per lead. That is going to be huge, huge metric. Always has been, always will be, but especially in this time.
Your average contact per lead.
Average contact attempts per lead. How many times are you as an agent, your team, your ISA department, your agents, you attempting to contact each lead in your database? That number needs to be double what it was last year to be successful. So I'm talking to the same amount of people. I'm contacting the same amount of people. But what I'm doing is I'm deepening the relationships with them people that are in my database, because especially in our business, and I know a lot of teams that I've coached, they have the curse of abundance. They have too many leads, too much opportunity. And so you don't have time to follow up how you should follow up. You don't have time to give Colin the attention that he deserves.
You'll send a text and you'll be like, all right, that's pretty much good enough. Maybe you'll follow back a week or two later.
Versus actually thinking outside the box, deepening that relationship. And I say this all the time, whether it's in fitness and family, business, be where your feet are. So when I'm with Colin, I'm on the phone with you, you're a new lead, you're a client, I'm showing you properties, I'm listing your home, whatever relationship I have with you, I'm going to give you 1,000% of my attention, period. No distractions, and I'm going to deepen that relationship with you so I can make sure that you get the most value you can possibly get. How many agents answer the phone when a new lead comes in when they're talking with a client? What is that? How does that make them feel?
Immediately like, okay, so obviously I'm not a priority.
Exactly. So that's just one example, right? But you have to go in on the relationships, because if you can actually develop those relationships, we've talked about it on the podcast before. It's turning one client into 3. You have to own the conversation when you're not there. And the only way you can do that is by delivering such amazing service, and that amazing service, that going the extra mile, starts with a relationship you build with them.
Right.
You have to build trust, you have to build rapport, and that starts with focusing on how can I maximize that relationship with the person that's in front of me. Versus agents think, well, these leads suck, or I don't have enough leads.
Right.
Well, what can you do to create more leads? Work on the relationships with the people that you do have the opportunities with. And guess what? They become your best lead source.
How
by
so?
Developing those relationships.
How do they become your best lead source?
So, Colin, if you're buying or selling a house, so we are fortunate in the business that we're in, we help people with the biggest purchase or sale of their life in most cases. We take that for granted, right? But that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
And we're helping them and their family move into a new home or sell the home that they lived in. Like that's a huge opportunity. That's a huge blessing that we have in this industry. Yeah. So we have a great opportunity to build relationships with people. And I think sometimes we take that for granted. And I think sometimes we're focused on the next lead, that we don't take that for granted. So as an example, how many people, I want you guys to think, if you're listening, how many people, if somebody said, hey, I want to go buy a car. I'm gonna go buy. I'm gonna go school shopping for my kids. I'm gonna go buy a new laptop, a new phone.
Yeah.
How many people have a recommendation or a thought of, hey, go talk to this person, go to this store, go to this place? Everybody.
Yeah.
So it starts with understanding how people buy. People don't buy from advertising. People buy from one-on-one relationships. People buy from, they see your branding, advertising is important. You want to see that repetition.
It plants that seed, but the final, am I going to do it or am I not, comes from that recommendation.
People buy based on word of mouth, period. Your job in advertising and branding isn't to create more leads. When leads go down 50%, oh well. The leads that you do get, what are you doing to deepen that relationship so that you own that conversation and they recommend you to their friends? That's the secret. That's how you get through a tough time like that, like what we're getting ready to go through sometimes people panic. Leads are down 50%. That sounds like, oh my God, I should panic.
Yeah.
But that's the worst thing you can do, right? Figure out an action plan and take more action. More action is going to win. And I firmly believe that the better you develop your relationships, the easier it's going to be for you in business.
Yep.
So, Colin, we talked about this a little bit before the show. So give me a little perspective from our talk about what did you take away from my talk to you about building relationships?
Yeah, no, I think this is huge because when you're saying, well, why would I focus on this smaller group of, if my leads are down 50% and I have half the amount, why would I focus on the ones I have now? Well, you said this piece of, you're not just talking to that one person, you're talking to everyone in their circles that person has ever talked to. And it hit me immediately with this image of, if I'm talking to Matt right now, I'm not just talking to Matt, I'm talking to a whole stage of people behind Matt. So picture like 100 people behind Matt. It's his family, his friends, his acquaintances in general. That if Matt was to recommend, if my business was to get out there, Matt's going to talk about me to my friend or to his friends. It's like, hey, do you need, in my case, like a videographer? He's going to, my name would be the first to come up with all those individuals behind them. And the same in real estate, in that if you're looking to get into house, your friends are going to recommend the people that have done the best for them. So that visual image of it's not just that person, it's everyone that they are close to.
How many people spend, to that point, how many people spend their time focusing on, oh, I need another lead. I need another lead. But what can you do to deepen that relationship with that lead you have in front of you?
Yep.
Because guess what? You never know who you're talking to. You never know who they know. You don't know their social media following. In the world that we live in today, one social media post can reach tens of millions of people. Happen in an hour. It can happen. But what are you doing to make sure that message gets spread in whatever scale that person's capacity is, even if they just have one friend? It doesn't matter. That one person matters because that one person could have a million. What are you doing to deepen that relationship? And when you're talking to them, you're not just talking to them. You're talking through them to everybody that they know and everybody they're going to know in the future. And when you have that mindset, you're going to maximize that opportunity that's in front of you right now by going deep in that relationship.
Isn't it that like everyone is within, I think, 10 connections away from everyone in the world or something?
I don't know. There's a statistic. Something you would know. I don't know.
There's a statistic, though, that it's like you are so many relationships from being in contact with every person in the world. I believe it's 10. That it's like you know someone who knows someone else who knows someone else. If you're wanting to talk to the president or something, or the president of a company or a movie star or something like that, you have a friend that has a friend that has a friend who knows that movie star. And so if you can create that first connection and then that connection moves and that connection, these leads, this focusing, double down on what you already have gives you the connection to every lead on the planet.
1,000%. And so I said, be where your feet are, right? To summarize that, go deep on the relationship with the person that is in front of you right now and realize you're not just talking to them. You're talking through them. They're a microphone like on this podcast right now. You're talking through them on a microphone to everybody that they know, everybody that's in their circle, and everybody that's ever going to be in their circle. And probably some strangers if they make a post on social media in today's world.
Absolutely.
There's going to be some people that they know that they don't know that find them that are going to find out about you. And so if you really, it's how you really grow and scale a company. Most people want hundreds of leads at a time.
Right.
That is not how you grow or scale anything in today's world, ever. The people that do that, I would love to come to my market because I will dominate you every single time. You know why? Because how you truly grow, how you truly scale a company is one fucking customer at a time, and make them feel like they are the only customer on the planet. And if you can maximize that relationship and go above and beyond, go the extra mile for them, now you're talking through them to everybody they know, and they are advertising for you.
Yep.
That's how you win. And that this is an opportunity to get back to the basics, back to the fundamentals, and focus on your relationships.
What are some practical ways that people can immediately do that as far as deepening the relationship? You talked about some techniques as far as just even at the conversation that you're having. You were saying being fully present. What else?
So number one, don't be afraid to have the conversation. So this is a huge topic where most agents fail. They focus on the property. They focus on the what and not the why. You want to build a relationship, the what is irrelevant. I focus on the why behind the what. So what I mean by that is, why is Colin want to buy a house? Not what house does Colin want to buy.
Yeah.
Why does he want to buy a house? Because now I can get to understand Colin, and I can get to understand his needs, and I can truly help him. And by doing that, through that process, I actually build a relationship versus it being a transactional relationship.
Yep.
I don't want to be transactional. I want to be relational. And how do I do that? By getting to know Colin and what motivates him. Why is he wanting to sell this house? Why is he wanting to buy this house? So figure out the why behind the what. And every conversation that you have needs to be focused on that. 100%. We as realists, as an industry, we're looked at times like used car salesmen.
Yeah.
You know why? Because there's a lot of people that don't know how to build relationships. They forget it's a people business, and there's people involved, and they treat it transactional, and the client feels that. And if you have to make sure this is a relational transaction. This is the biggest purchase or sale of their life. Make sure you take that serious. So the why behind the what. And you do that by asking great questions, by getting to know what is important to them in their life.
Yeah.
That's not, how many bedrooms are you looking for? That's irrelevant. That does not matter if you don't build a relationship. Now you have zero value to them when that house doesn't appear on the market. But a lot of agents in my experience struggle with the fortunes and the follow-up, right? And so a lot of agents struggle with, what do I say when I follow up? And I'm going to challenge you right now. If you're an agent that has that feeling, I don't know what to say when I follow up.
Yeah.
It's because you haven't done a good enough job at building a relationship, because you are keeping it transactional versus relational. Just follow up. Hey, I was just thinking about you.
Yeah.
I don't have any updates. The right house hasn't come on the market. How's the kids? How's the family? Build a relationship with people, and you cannot freaking lose. I promise you. Because in this world that we live in, there's too many people that rely on technology, rely on the easy sale, rely on we're in an immediate gratification world, right? Instant gratification. If you can actually understand the reality of today's world, is there's so much value in the inefficiencies. What are you doing that you need to make your business less efficient so it can be more personal? Now is an opportunity to do that. As an example, if you have double the leads, it's probably hard to build relationships with that many people.
Yeah.
If you truly ask agents, as an example, we had an agent that was a $100 million producer on a team that's in the circles that we run in, that spoke to the team. You know what he said? How many people he focuses on at one time?
How many?
No more than 5. He has no more than 5 people in his CRM at one time, so he can build that relationship with those people.
Wow.
$100 million in a year as one agent on a team.
Wow.
Now, he's got great systems, great processes behind that. He's got a showing partner, all that stuff behind it. But his focus every single day is on these 5 people and nothing else. How many people are shotgunning approaching? And I want to call 100 people today. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. But are you going wide or are you going deep? And I think in this day and age, who is going to win is who has the best relationships. So every single day, focus on your relationships, because when opportunities dry up, it's going to be the people that already know you, like you, and trust you. That's how you're going to win.
If fewer people are buying and selling homes, where are they going to go? Are they going to go to you? Or are they going to go to someone else?
And going to that, sorry to interrupt, but to that, people think, well, I'm a marketing guy, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm talking to myself. You can't just have the next marketing technique to get them in your funnel, because they don't buy by getting in your funnel.
No.
They get on your radar by being on the funnel, and then they go check your reviews.
Yep.
They go talk to their friends, and that's where they make the decision.
Yeah.
So when leads dry up, when leads slow down, when opportunities slow down, focus on where they actually make the decision, and that's on the relationship on the ground level. What can you do to improve that now?
Yeah, well, how can you take them from just an acquaintance to a friend to that best friend status?
You make a friend, you make a sale.
Yeah.
Every single time. So there's something else I wanted to hit on really quick. I call it the communication circle. It's how people receive communication. So too many agents rely on, like I said, the values and the inefficiencies. Too many agents rely on, well, I sent them a text message. Well, I called them once and they didn't answer. Oh, I sent them an email.
I tried.
I hate that fucking word. Don't ever say that word around me.
That's a different tangent for another day, but sorry.
Don't try, just fucking do it, okay? But anyway, what I want you guys to realize truly, to build a relationship, you have to be a good communicator. And what you say is irrelevant if they don't hear. It's how they perceive what you say is the important part. So let's dive in on how people receive communication. If I were to say that what you say is only 7%, 7% out of 100. So 93% of what you say does not matter. Only 7% of that gets correlated. 38% is the tonality in which you say it.
Okay.
And 55% is the body language. So
Holy cow.
Over half of communication is through body language.
And then,
so how do you portray body language through an email?
You don't.
You can't.
It's not there.
So
Maybe
when's the last time you got
emoji.
an email or a text and you're like, why is this person pissed off at me? And then you pick up the phone and call them, or you see them the next day or that day or whatever, and they're not even pissed off.
Like, hey, how's it going?
You interpreted their message wrong. You know why? Only 7% of the communication got portrayed. Now imagine that's a friend-to-friend level.
Yeah.
Imagine it being a complete freaking stranger. So you have to realize that you have to be face-to-face with people to build that relationship. And I get, what's the second best to face-to-face?
It would be probably Zoom or video.
Video.
Yeah.
Because you get all three of those layers of communication through video.
Tonal,
video,
body language.
Yes, that's right. And so that's really how you can deepen a relationship. So don't fall into, well, I got a drip plan running.
Yeah.
No. Be personal. Pick up your phone, have a selfie. Hey, Colin, it's Matt. Just thinking about you during this crazy real estate market. You know, I'm sorry we missed out on that property on 123 Main Street, but hey, hang in there, buddy. I got you. We'll work through this together.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever. Now I'm building a relationship.
It's like getting a Snapchat from your best friend or something like that. You're like, oh, so cool. All right, cool. We'll get the next one.
100%. So people overcomplicate it. Back to the basics. The basics win every single time. And the basics are build the damn relationship. Relationships are going to win.
And if you're going to build the relationship, like you said, the efficiency is in the inefficiencies. You're like, well, that's going to take a long time. That's why it works. Yeah. It's more rare.
You know why? Because work works. Every single time.
Work works.
Every time. So don't be trying to find the magic pill.
Yep.
Get back to work. Get back to the old tried and true. Nobody can tell you with a straight face that word of mouth does not work as advertising. What are you doing right now to build your word of mouth? What are you doing to go? Again, I'm not just talking to Colin. I'm talking through Colin to everybody that he knows. And when you have that mindset and you realize that I can build an empire through one person at a time. Be where your feet are, focus on the people that are in front of you, and that's how you're going to win in today's challenging market.
I couldn't agree more. I don't think there's anything more to be said, honestly. Go out and do it. I mean, honestly, at this point, go today. What's one thing you can do?
Information without action is fucking useless.
Yep.
So don't just be one of those people. Yes, I want you to consume this content, but go out and take action. That's the reward I get from doing this.
Yeah.
Go out and implement what you learned here today. Get back to us. Send me a comment. Send me a message on what you learned from today that you actually applied, and share your wins, because that keeps me motivated, keeps me winning. On top of that, share this with your friends. The mission here is to help people. My mission as a person is to change lives. I just have a microphone through real estate because I've been very fortunate to be around the right people, have a little bit of success in my life, and I'm just sharing what I know to help more people.
100%. All right. Well, thank you all very much. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of All or Nothing in Real Estate. If you found anything this valuable, please share this with your friends. All or Nothing in Real Estate is a passion project of mine. This business has done so much for me and my family, and this is my way to give back. I'm also a real estate coach with Cheplack Select Coaching. So if you are interested in having a coaching consultation with me, please check out the link below. All or Nothing in Real Estate is not just a podcast, it is a movement. It is a community of contribution that is single-handedly designed to help change the real estate community in a positive way. So make sure you're following us on all social platforms and subscribe to us on YouTube. Most importantly, make sure you've requested to join All or Nothing in Real Estate's private Facebook group. That is a private group that we keep in exclusive content, and we do it in a private setting to make sure it remains a community of contribution. There's a lot of great in-depth content there for free, so please make sure you join that group as well. And again, thank you guys so much for listening. If you found this of value, please share this with your friends. It is my goal to give back and contribute to make this industry better for all of us. Thanks again.